So did you ever go hungry? You were never hungry.
No.
You never went hungry,
no,
did you?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
If he went hungry,
You were
go
poor,
kill
but you never went
robins.
hungry.
His mom would cook fry the robins for him.
We always had all the turnips we could eat, butter beans, peas, sweet potatoes, sweet corn, tomatoes, all that in the garden, see.
Yeah.
Beets, we had beets and lettuce.
Yeah.
And we always had some to give away too.
Yeah, that's good.
And we would pick the peas in the field, in between the corn rows. We'd pick them in them, and we'd pick them when they're dry, see, and put them in a big old tobacco sheet and put them up in a loft over the buggy shelter, where we kept the buggy. You know what a buggy is?
Mm-hmm. That's what you rode in.
That's what you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway,
I thought it was something.
Anyway,
Something.
You harness the horses
in the wintertime,
Horse and buggy.
when it was cold, Mom would say, William. She always called me. She didn't never call me Billy. Papa called me Billy. Mama called me William. She'd say, William, why don't you go out yonder to the buggy shelter and get some of those peas and bring them home so we can have something to eat for Sunday or for this week. So I'd go out there to the buggy shelter. And I'd crawl up into the buggy shelter, up above where the buggy is kept on the ground, about as high as that ceiling is. And I'd get about 2 or 3 or 4 buckets full of those peas. I'd put them in a croaker sack, 200-pound croaker sack. I'd hold one end. I'd get me a stick and beat them. I'd stomp them, everything else, to get the peas out from in the shell, see. And then when I got them out, I'd sift it through and get most of the hulls out, see. And then I would wind them. Put a zinc tub down here. I'd get me a bucket full of those peas, and the wind would be blowing. And I'd hold it way up here and let them fall down. The wind would blow the husks out this way. The peas would go in the bucket and the tub. And I'd take Mama home about 3 or 4 gallons of that. And she'd soak them overnight. She'd get them good and clean. Soak them overnight. And then you'd eat those peas next day as dried peas.
We do.
Just like we do black-eyed peas when we do.
Probably have the same protein.
That's cool.
You know what? You're talking about peas. If you had to eat one vegetable to live, you need to eat dry peas. You know why? Peas have got carbohydrates. And guess what the protein content of dry pea is?
Very high.
32% protein.
Very high protein.
The only thing that peas is short on, if you eat just peas, is vitamin B12. Peas do not have B12 in it. You have to eat either beef or pork to get vitamin B12. That's the reason the farmers, they like dried peas and they like pork and beef, because the two of them together gave you a balanced diet.
Cool.
And we ate
Should be my new diet.
we ate turnip greens, stuff like that, for roughage, see. And we ate cornbread for roughage too.
They ate pretty good, I swear.
Yeah, evidently you must have.
So
That's cool.
we wasn't ever short of food. But we had a lot of nephews. They were my cousins, but my mom and dad's nephews and nieces. We had Jimmy Mitchell. You know Jimmy?
Yeah, I remember Jimmy Mitchell.
We had Jimmy, and he had a brother named Jimmy, and anyway, his brother. We had Jim Hayes. We had Grover Kennington. And we had Cooter Sam and Ellison West from Pelham.
What?
Those boys used to come and spend a good portion of summer with us because their mamas and daddies didn't have enough to feed them.
Mm-hmm.
And we would let them work a little bit, and they would get all the food that they could eat. They'd stay with us 2 or 3 or 4 weeks in the summertime.
Wow.
And they'd help us harvest peanuts, stuff like that. They didn't know how to work, so we always, Cooter Sam was always lazy, wouldn't work, but he could sure eat, though, see.
Now, what? His name was what?
Cooter Sam.
Spell
He was
it.
a West.
What-
He was a West.
That was his God-given name?
Huh?
Cooter.
That was his real name.
It wasn't like a
His name
nickname?
was Ahmed West.
Spell it.
A-H-M-E-D. So we
Ahmed?
called him Cooter Sam.
Okay.
Anyway,
Why?
Because you didn't like Ahmed.
they spent the summer with us.
Why didn't you like Ahmed? Why did you not call him his real name?
Sugar, all I can tell you is when I got to know him, he was Cooter Sam.
Okay, yeah.
He answered to Cooter, okay?
So
Yeah,
anyway,
why would those people sleep?
boys would, and when they go home, Papa give them a little bit of money. He'd never have much. He'd give them maybe $2 or $3 or $4, maybe $5 bill for the work they had done, see.
Besides it.
And they'd go home.
Wow.
Cool.
But they could get all they wanted to eat with us.